welcome to Lotto Diva. I am just waiting for more people to join. Hey, Amani. We are just waiting for some more joiners, waiting for some more people to join the live. Hey, Susan. What's going on? You hear me typing my face off in the background. How are you? I am so glad that you're here. This is mainly just a test live for me, but I figured I wanted to talk about numbers today. If you guys don't know me, my name is Kira. I have another channel, and it is called Dirty Gas Station Girl, and it is all about scratch offs from Florida mainly, but all over the world. But on this particular channel, Lotto Diva and Dude, this is where my husband and myself discuss pick three and pick four numbers. Mainly, this is for pick three. So today, I was just sitting here and I was doing my pairs and I was doing my workout, and I thought to myself, I've been wanting to launch this channel for a while, but I've had a lot of reservations about doing it. So I just want to use this video and this live as a way to introduce myself to everyone and to talk about the way that I form my numbers. First of all, I want to preface this with saying that there is no right and wrong way to play the lottery. Everyone has their own system. We have our own methods. Some people only play birthdays or personal numbers or pets or whatever it may be. There are people that, run whole spreadsheets to come up with numbers. There are people, everyone has their own way. So there is no right and wrong way to do things here, but this is my way of doing things. This is how I come up with my numbers. And so, I don't want people coming here going, well, so and so does it like this. I don't care how other people do it. This is how I do it. This is how my mind processes numbers and comes up with whatever I think is going to be the winning combination. I do fairly well at pick three and pick four. I don't play every day anymore. I'm pretty much past that phase of of lottery playerhood, so to speak. I'm okay sometimes with missing a number because I'm finally at the point where I'm comfortable enough with what I like to call picking my set, which is a set of numbers that I'm going to typically ride for, I don't know, a day to, I don't know, sometimes I give it 14 to 15 days. So that's how, hey, welcome to the live. That's how I come up with my number. So there is no right or wrong way, guys. You can use everything from dream books to number books to workouts. I am here to talk about my process, how I come up with things. I am in Florida. I do understand the lottery system on a pretty in-depth level, and I tend to think that the lottery system is one whole system. I don't just see it as I'm in Florida, you're in Georgia. The way it really works is all states play off of each other in my mind. And the best way to come up with winning numbers is to track, and to see what's happening and around, the board. And when I say the board, I'm referring to other states. And that's how you come up with, your winning numbers. So today I thought it would be a good day to just share a few numbers that I like. And I would like to really schedule a time to do like a real sit down formal video or maybe some lives. If you guys don't follow me, I am Dirty Gas Station Girl on my other channel, and it's all about scratch offs. And this channel is all about just lottery and draw games, mainly the state of Florida, but the numbers can hit anywhere, guys. They can show up in any lottery game, and they can show up in any system. So I really need you guys to understand that you might get your pick three numbers showing up in, Mega Millions. I've seen it. I see these things. So, I made a quick little list of some numbers that I like today. And, of course, these are based off of what pairs I came up with for the state of Florida. Keep in mind, these pairs can hit anywhere. These pairs can be mirrored, which means that they can be flipped around. We'll get into all that stuff on the channel. But what I implore you to do is to follow me on Dirty Gas Station Girl, because I am finally launching this channel, Lotto Diva and Dude. And I'm not going to start a Facebook fan page for Lotto Diva and Dude, but I do have a private group for Lotto Diva and Dude. And I'm in the process of setting that up right now. It will be a by invite group only, because there will be I will provide teaching. I'm not going to sell anyone numbers. I think that's kind of ridiculous. I don't want to sell anyone numbers. I feel like teaching is what's more important, because if you teach a man to fish, he can eat for a lifetime, versus selling you a number list that might work this month, but you're in the same situation next month. That's absolutely ridiculous. I feel like teaching is a big part of learning the lottery. Like, you shouldn't be doing anything that you're putting a lot of money towards and not understanding the basics of it. And I feel like a lot of people, it's very easy to get suckered into the lottery with the instant money type of thing. And you see people with these big wins, and of course everybody wants that awesome big win. Who doesn't? But I think one of the beautiful things about learning to play draw games, which is this particular type of lottery where you fill out a slip. Like, here's an example of a slip. This is my play slip for today for Florida. This is for my pick four. You know, is that when you learn to play, organically, and you really start to understand the numbers and they become digestible and easier for you to win, that's what really makes a big win sweet. Just a little background about me. I'm an accountant, so I do have a really good grasp of numbers, and I'm very detail oriented, so that helps me a lot with lottery, and I'm able to follow trends and nuances. That helps me a great deal with understanding lottery. Um, One of the things that I like to also say is that when I started doing this 3 years ago, because we're coming up on 3 years this year, I was looking for a way to make money from home, because I had a daughter and I wanted to stay at home. I have one child. I wanted to be able to give her all of the awesome things. My husband is a hardworking guy, but I wanted a way to stretch his paycheck even further and to be able to do really, really cool things. And so I figured if I taught myself to play draw game style lottery, it was something that would require a minimal investment. When I first started playing, my budget was exactly $5 a day at first, because I didn't really know what I was doing. And I felt like, a lot of it was trial and error. But within 2 years, I have been able to make myself a nice little part time salary staying at home learning to play the lottery. And other people can learn to do this too. This is an actual skill set, guys. And don't look at it as, I know people view gambling different ways. I view gambling as a blessing when it's used properly. It can be a curse, but it can also be a blessing. Um, and one of the things that I do love is that, as long as I have 2 quarters in my pocket, I have the chance to potentially win money at any draw game from pick five down in the state of Florida. I have sometimes literally been like, I'm spending $2 today on numbers. I'm playing four numbers, two in pick two, or pick three, I'm sorry, two in pick four, and those $2 have turned into well over $1,000. So you don't need a lot of money to throw at the lottery. What you do need is technique. What you do need is skill. What you do need is the ability to make better educated guesses at what numbers you think are going to come. Because guys, it is all a guess at the end of the day. But if you are able to narrow down the playing field for your numbers, then that makes your dollar go further, because then you do start to win more. So I just want to make sure that everyone understands that. There was a time also where I'd spend stupid amounts of money per day, like $80 to $100 a drawing, and I didn't know what I was doing. So I was just losing money. And what I've essentially learned at this point is that if you want to really learn to play the lottery, and if you want to be good at it, if you want to make better guess, then you better implement some type of system that helps you learn. A lot of this stuff you can Google. I'm sure you can find this stuff on on the internet. But I am not here to charge people for numbers. I want to make that quite clear from the beginning. I will have a Patreon set up for this channel because, guys, tracking numbers is a lot of work, so there will be a Patreon set up for this site. And if you make a small token donation, $3 to $5 towards my channel every month, then you will get to be in stuff like the Dub Club, which will be my personal pets, my personal list of numbers that I think will hit, Florida or potentially all states. But I will not be selling anyone numbers. I'm not interested in doing that. That's just ridiculous to me, or there will be classes that you can take with me, that are private one-on-one classes. You want to get really good at a particular rundown or a workout for your state. Yes, because that is my time and I do value my time and my time is worth money. Those are the types of things, and we're talking classes that are like $4.99. If you can throw $5 at a lottery ticket, this money goes to my kid's future business, which is a snow cone shop. So, the Patreon donations and stuff like that, I'm going to be using that to help get my kid a snowball business. So, it's a small token in exchange for my time, but I will do a lot of, as I said, free teaching, free techniques, and all that stuff, because that's what makes this fun, guys. I'm not in this to make a bunch of money, but I am also going to be compensated for my time, because time is money, and everyone's time is valuable, and if you want to get good at the lottery, you gotta be willing to take the time to learn. I can't emphasize that enough. Do yourself a favor. Take the time to learn, even if it's just to make pairs. So today, what we're going to do is we are going to do a basic pair lesson today. And today's subject is let's talk numbers. I didn't really have a set agenda when I came on here. I just wanted to introduce myself to this side of the lottery world and share share my little tidbits about what I think for today. So, what came in Florida last night was 941. That was last night's number in Florida for pick 3. So, one of the simplest ways that I learned to make pairs was my mom taught me something called the over 50 method. And this is a very old-fashioned way to make pairs. As I said before, everyone has their own way of doing things. Guys, I just want to reiterate that. I am not super orthodox about like certain lottery practices. Again, I have my own way of doing things. So I incorporate a lot of strategy personally, along with room for nuance and just good old-fashioned good luck. So with that being said, 941 was the number last night in Florida. That was our pick 3 number. So, one of the first things that I like to do when I see what number came out is I like to think about what the next potential hit will be. So, one of the things that my mom taught me, because my mom is really the true Lotto Diva, and this channel is really a shout out to my mom, because there were many, many times when mama paid the bills by getting them numbers right. And my mama was a hardworking woman, and she still is a very hardworking woman. And so Lotto Diva is really a shout out to her and her hard work. So I love you, Mom. I don't know if she's on this channel yet, but I do love you, Mom. And thanks for everything that you do teach me. So this is called over 50. And this is a very, very, very simple way to make pairs. And we're also going to do something called pull aparts. And that is trademark, guys. This is all my stuff. So over 50 is something that's really, really cool. My mom had this thing where if, say, 941, that's what came last night in Florida pick 3. So 94, those first 2 numbers are higher. Hey, Money Scratcher Love. 94 is higher than 50. So the first pair that I would make would be 9-4. X. So 9-4 means that something 9-4x is going to come back. Now, the other thing I would do is I would use each number to make two pairs. So I would say 9-4, so that's 9-4x, and then I would say 9-1. Did everyone get that? So we have 9-4, 9-4x, and it's over 50, so it's guaranteed to come back. And typically with pairs, I like to keep them in anywhere from 1 to 10 drawings, which is typically about a week to 2 weeks, a week and a half to 2 weeks. Um, because sometimes pairs come back and you just, they are what they are. So I like 9-4 and I like 1-9. And then we have 1-4. Everybody get that? All I did was 9-4, 9-1, and then 1-4. Okay? So at some point, those are going to come back. Now, what I would do personally is on my calendar, I have a big desk calendar. And since today is 4-4, I would write down the hit from last night on my 4-3, which was last night because this was last night's hit. And then I would write these pairs next to it. Because I would think to myself, those pairs are going to come back. And when those pairs come back, I would love to catch one of them. So, the other thing that we will talk about, because I'm going to try to make this make sense, is how to mirror a number. How to mirror a number. So these are the pairs that we came up with based off of last night's draw. Okay, now what is really interesting about this pair and about this draw, guys, and about these particular pairs are all these pairs mirror each other. Okay, that's really crazy. These two pairs mirror each other. The 9-1 and the 1-4 are the same thing. These are the same pair. Now, you're probably like, what the heck is a mirror? So let me break that down really quickly. I got a lot of note cards, guys. I was going to type all this stuff up and try to be all fancy, but that's just not who I am, and I don't want to do all of that. I have enough stuff to manage. So we're going to mirror. Now, mirroring is adding +5 to the numbers 1, 0 through 5. So here you go. Here's mirror. You have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And so we're going to add +5. So 0 plus 5 gives you 5. So the mirror of 0 is 5. So 0 and 5 in lottery are the same number. If you do a +5 to 1, 1 plus 5 is 6. So 1 and 6 are the same number. You continue this all the way down. 2 plus 5 is 7. So 2 and 7 are the same number in lottery. Three plus 5 is 8. 3 and 8 are the same number in lottery. And then 4 plus 5 equals 9. 9 and 4 are the same number in lottery. So does that make sense to everyone? 0 and 5 are the same. 1 and 6 are the same number, and so on. So that is how you come up with the mirror. Hi, Money Scratcher Love. That is how you come up with a mirror for a number. Now, let's take what we just learned, guys. And I'm bringing back this first note card. Okay. You guys see that? Now, if we use this same technique, what is the mirror for 9? 4. So that equals 4, 9. So when I'm thinking about lottery, the first thing that goes through my head is, wow, this number mirrors itself. So when I see a number that mirrors itself back into itself, I tend to double that number. This is something that my mom taught me. So I see 9, 4, 9, 4. So I don't know, I'd maybe take a chance and play 49, 49. Now, let's look at mirroring this next number. We have 9 right here. So we know that 9 equals 4. And we know that 1 equals 6. So now we have 4, 6 coming out of that same set of pairs. This is why sometimes when you play the lottery and you go, man, I was expecting 194, which is what fell last night, or 941. And then all of a sudden, Florida switches it up and they play 641. It was the same number. They just played the other side of it. So this is why understanding mirrors is so important, and this is why pairs are so important. Because pairs are your guide as to what is potentially coming. So let's carry on. We have 1, 4x here. X is the unknown variable. That's why we're using X. Okay. Now, we know again that 1 is 6. We know that 4 is 9. Now, guys, look at those pairs really carefully. You have 6, 4, 4, 9, and 6, 4, 6, 9. Now, today, let me see what I have for pairs. Here's the interesting thing. I'm going to show you guys my Florida pairs. Let me write them down because I don't want to give you guys a bunch of scribble scrabble on paper. These are the pairs that I got from 941 last night. And keep in mind, guys, these pairs can hit anywhere. Do not get stuck in the notion that these will only happen in Florida. These pairs hit all over. Just 1 second. I'm making sure I got them all. All right. So these are my pairs from 941 Florida. Okay. So when I think about what's interesting, these are the pairs that I came up with from last night's drawing. And look at the pairs that I made from the pull apart pairs. What's interesting, you guys see that 1-4 pair? See how the 1-4 pair is in the pairs that I made from, because I have many advanced pair methods. I can teach you some stuff about pairs that is insane. Because I have the mind of a crazy person. So, so you have 1-4 here and 1-4 there. So if I were going to play pick 4 or pick 3 today, I would naturally think that 1-4, because it's repeating here and it's showing up in another pair method, I would definitely be playing 1-4x something. Now, do we know what 14x is? We could take our best guess. We could say, my guess would be 411 or 141. That would be my guess. Now, me personally, my playing style is I am a box player. I do play straight, and when I play straight, I'm always certain about a number falling a certain way. But I always box my numbers, which means that, I'm willing to take a little bit less box because I'll take the number however it falls versus straight play, which means if it comes 1, 2, 3, you have to have it 1, 2, 3 for that ticket to be a winner. So for me personally, knowing that this 1 4 is repeating itself here in this technique and this technique and up here, I'm going to think to myself, you know what? I'm going to play 140, 141, 142. I would play the entire series. Because what you guys need to understand is that because the lottery system is a whole, guys, it is a complete system, and parts of numbers can pop up in any game. They can pop up in the Mega Millions. They can pop up in the Pick 3. A good example is one of those games, I think it was the jackpot game the other night, got 1-1, the 11 pair, and the 9-1 pair. Now, I track numbers. 9111 was actually due. That number was due. Okay? 9111 was due. I had been playing that number in pick 4 because in my mind I was like, well, it's going to show up 9111, 4111, 4666, like it showed up in jackpot combo as the 11 pair and the 91 pair. Or the 19 pair, sorry, because there's not a 91 pair in that game. So it showed up the 11 and the 19 pair. I had been waiting for that number in pick 4. It could still show up in pick 4, maybe mirrored, but it will show back up. But that's what I mean by the lottery system as a whole. And the lottery system also counts, guys. So what I mean by counting is if you're waiting for 411 in Florida and 411 hits Arizona, well, the next count would be 412 or 410. You guys get it? That's why you hear older lottery players say go up 1 and go down 1. That's where 1 off comes from. Does that make sense? Is everyone following along? I know I'm throwing a lot of knowledge at you guys, but I will get into dissecting this stuff more. Like I said, I have my own ways of playing lottery. I have my own theories and theorems. It's all a guess. But ultimately, I'm trying to just, impart the knowledge that I have. And I can truly say that, if 141 plays somewhere else before it plays in Florida, and especially if it plays twice somewhere else before it plays in Florida, then it's going to go up the count. So it might be 141, 142, or 140. So this is how you get 1 off in lottery. And that's why you're like, I was waiting on 141 and they threw 142. That's why. Because if you go check somewhere like Lottery Post, where you can see all the results for all states, you might see that 141 is played out a couple of times. Guys, it's counting. The numbers have to go up and they have to go down. So, right now, everyone in Florida is waiting on triples. And the thing about triples is that a triple can come, but it's just like anything else. Once we go all the way up to 9, because remember, guys, there's no 10s in lotteries. It goes back down. We get to 0, we go back down. So 0 would be 0, 0, 0. When we get all the way back down to, 1, 2, 2 or 1 or 1, 1, 1, what comes after 1, 1, 1? 0, 0, 0 or 2, 2, 2. You guys get it? So the lottery moves up and down just like anything else. I know people may not agree with what I'm saying, but I have found this is what works. And just having the knowledge of accounting and having a truly different understanding and relationship with numbers than a lot of people. I see numbers as, how do I explain it? I see numbers very differently than most people. So for me today, my picks are going to be based on what, not only what I see for Florida, but what the rest of the country is playing. Because I'm going to tell you guys something about lottery that a lot of people don't like to hear. You cannot win what is not on the board. You can play if 911 is due to fall, it's going to fall. Whether it falls in Florida or falls in the pick 4, or the pick 5, or the Mega Millions or the Powerball, it's going to fall because the count has to continue. It has to fall. But whether or not it's going to be in the form that you think it's going to be in, it could come 916. Same number, they mirrored one number. It could come 416. Same number, they mirrored a number. It could come 466. Same number, they mirrored a number. It could be 411. Same number, they mirrored a number. So, guys, I'm saying all this to say that there's indelibly one way, more than one way to play the lottery. But the more strategy and technique you have, the better of a player you become. The better of a player you become, you can take bigger bets. You can make more money at that point. I am not one of these people that's going to tell you to play 20,000 numbers. You play what's comfortable to you in your budget. But again, you're only going to win what the lottery has out there on the board. And if it's ones and nines and you're playing sevens and twos, you're not winning money. And the whole point of doing this is to win money and to make money. So, today, what I am liking for Florida, but these could fall in any state, I saw the 90 pair, and I am liking for 2-9. I like the 2-9 pair a lot. And for 2-9, let's see what I have. Give me just a second, because I'm looking over all my notes, guys. That's one. I have a whole bunch of grids graphed out that I like using. For 2-9, I like 9-4-2 and 4-9-2. I like 2-4-9 for 2-9X. For 2-9X, I like 2-4-9. And keep in mind, guys, they could mirror these. So that could be 7-4-9 or 7-9-9 also. But for the 2-9 pair, I like 2-4-9 and 2-9-9. I also like making sure I'm getting them all, guys. I'm also liking 2-9-9. Okay, so I did cover 2-9-9. Now for the 4-1 pair, for 4-1, guys, I am liking 4-1-6 and 9-1-6. Because 9 and 4 are the same number. So I like 4-1-6 and 9-1-6. Okay. For the... Let's see, let me get my other pairs. For the 6-3 pair, guys, for the 6-3 pair, I like 6-8-3. I like 6-8-3 for the 6-8 pair. And I am just checking to make sure I don't have anything else for that number. I also like 6-8-9. Okay. And for the 5-8 pair, for 5-8, let's see what DGG has, what Lotto Diva has. Let's see. I have a few of those. I like 588, which fell already. Let's see. I have 508. Wait a minute. I have a good one for 58. I like 508 and I like 503 for 58. I like those, which can also be 800 and 855 and 355. Hopefully, y'all can see that. And then I like the 70 pair as well. And I like 709 or 097. I like 079. I like 022 and 077 for the double. Let's see. I'm checking all my notes, guys, in case you're wondering what I'm doing. And of course, my phone is trying to ring. Just 1 second, guys. Hey, guys, I'm sorry about that. I just literally had a call. So, I like 077 and I like 022 and 079. Let me see what else I have for 07. Okay, we got our 079. Okay, and I think that's all I have for 07. Oh, and I like 701. I like 701 also because it could go up. And of course, I would play 700 because, well, it's the double. So those would be my plays based off of. Oh wow, that's cool. Hey, Shamir. But these would be my plays based off of 941, which played last night. These are the pairs that I came up with. These are the other pairs that I came up with also by just pulling them apart. And I would add those in. So I would see 4-9. And let me see what I have for 4-9 just while I'm here. That could be 4-4-7. Oddly enough. 4-7-0. 704. And I am liking 747, guys. So those would be my picks based off of just what was played last night. It does not mean that these will come today. I want to point that out. And it does not mean that they will come in Florida. This is based off of Florida. And of course, our numbers go all over the country too, guys. But I do expect to see some of these numbers drop. And if you guys follow me in masterminds, then you guys know I put up lists and they hit. You know that. If you look my name up in there, you know what time it is. You know those lists hit. And so this is just my way of how I come up with numbers. I would put all of these numbers on my desk calendar and I would watch them to see, where they fell at. Because that's how I track. I'll start to look and see, well, did 299 fall or 749? Or, I look for the mirrors and the flips too, also. And when I see them falling, that's my key to get on those numbers and to keep playing them. Sometimes they fall next drawing. Sometimes they don't come back until the following week. A lot of it depends on what pairs are hot at the time. Typically, my pairs or the pairs I make, sometimes they come the same day, sometimes they come the next day, sometimes it takes 10 days. Guys, the lottery system moves in its own time. That's the other thing. No one can guarantee you anything. What you're trying to make is the best educated guess. I cannot, what's the word? Hypothesis. I think, is that what it is? Hypothesis. You're trying to make the best educated guess. So, the more knowledge you have, the better the guess that you can take for better numbers. Now, again, me personally, these are the numbers that I would put a little more money on for myself, but to cover my butt in all ways, because the lottery is sneaky, I play an entire series. I'm going to play 290 through 299 or whatever it is, because I'm not going to leave my money on the table. I would personally rather fill out 2 play slips and get, I play them $1 box, $160, because it's only going to cost me $5 or $10 to run them that way, versus trying to go in on one number and they might play one up or one down or throw some craziness, throw that pair, but some crazy number that you weren't expecting. So, we all have our own system. And again, you have to play responsibly and do what works best for you. For me today, I am really liking also 911, 411, and 211. My short list for today that I am playing for myself, if I play today, will be 508, 386, or 381, or 188, or 133, because any of those, it could become any of those. 619, 942, and 720. That is my short list for today. It'll probably cost me about $9 to play that. So, if I make $40, I'm cool with it. It cost me $9. It's still $30 in my pocket. It's gas money. I can take my kid to the Flip Factory. Compliments of, $10 that I would have spent on something else ridiculous. So it's, like I said, you can use the lottery many different ways. I use it for fun expenditures with my family and to do things with my family. I want a new Samsung refrigerator. I'm not going to pay $3,000 for no refrigerator, but I will gladly pick a number and ride it and let the Florida Lottery buy it for me. So, I hope that I was able to help out a little bit today, guys. I know this was my first live. It's really rough. This is my first time going live on this channel, and I've had my reservations about doing this, but I finally did it. Today was the first step for me to actually open this channel up and to launch it. So I hope I've been of some help to you all. I'm not guaranteeing anything's going to come. Again, this is just my personal playlist. If it comes, great. If you feel comfortable, you can put money on it. If not, we can just track on paper and see what happens, which is what I suggest most people do anyways, until you get comfortable enough to invest your money to play numbers. So anyways, guys, I'm going to hop off. Thanks so much for joining me on Lotto Diva. This channel is just going to be real low key and real down tempo. This is not like Dirty Gas Station Girl at all. This is where we just come, we sit, we chat, we discuss numbers. I'll put up a few videos. I'll try to make a video weekly for this channel about technique. I'm going to actually make a formal video about the over 50 and the pull aparts and mirrors. So it'll actually be there for you guys. So maybe the first 3 videos I do will be that. So anyways, guys, thanks so much. I'm wishing you all prosperity and abundance. Everyone have an amazing day and an amazing rest of your week. Bye-bye.